Hey, AOK product reviews. This is Rich. So, I just put out two videos, and they're kind of they don't reference. They are kind of about men's mental health. It's Men's Mental Health Month, June, and it's about the only celebration of man and celebration. But it's an acknowledgement that there are many men out there that are going through a lot. I'm one of them. And when I say that lightly for me because I don't feel comfortable complaining about anything in my life, to be honest. I feel blessed. I'm thankful and all that. But it's a funny thing. Even at different levels of your life and when you feel like you've made it or you haven't made it, you're almost there, you still have these looming concerns that weigh heavy on you. And it's just what it is. It's part of life. And you got to get used to that. You have to get used to that. And I think there needs to be more programming on our youth to be used to that. To say, hey, talk to them and talk to kids and say, listen, you know, no matter how bad it gets, it can get better. It will be better. And all that inspirational hubbub. But I put out a one part and a two part, well, put out two part, one and two video that kind of touched on what, how I feel, right now. Now, I don't want it to be about me, but it is because I'm the one talking. Who else is it going to be about? So I want to try to do this as quick as possible and not do it in two parts. But just a quick understanding of me and why I am the way I am. Not really why I am the way I am, but as of in the past decade. So approximately a decade ago, maybe 11 years ago, my anger, my anxiety, my anxiousness, really my anger hit a crescendo. It just went. I had a guy at work that was busting my balls a little too much, and he had no business doing that. But that was all he was doing. And I came undone, threatened the guy, and ended up getting fired. And that became a big pivotal moment in my life. It came a moment where I said, whoa, I just got fired because I threatened a guy and the guy was too scared to come back to work. I got to fix this immediately. My wife needed to know I needed to fix it, or else she thought this could just keep happening and it could just spiral into a much worse condition. So I went to the doctor. I got prescribed, ultimately, Zoloft, the generic version, Sertraline or whatever, maybe I think it's called. I've been on it for 10 years and I don't even know its real name. How about that? That's irresponsibility. I've been so irresponsible with that because it's funny because I'm talking to you 10 years later and I thought I had a great doctor. I thought he was a good doctor, and maybe he is or was, but just kind of like left me on it. So 10 years later, here I am. I think it was more than 10 years, but who cares? So 10 years later, I'm right here, and a month and a half ago, I said, you know what? My life's too good to need mental assistance by a drug, a prescribed drug. My life's too good to need that. I gotta stop this. It can't be good. Yeah, and then there's just me. Never done any research on it. Never, which is strange because I'll research the stupidest pocket knife or something like that, and I'll know everything about it. I'll know who made it, who designed it, the manufacturing process, the steels, the mechanics, and everything about this stupid knife. But I'll be on a drug for 10 years that I know nothing about. And then I decided to jump off. My doctor retired a few months ago. I'm just like this, I don't know, free spirit out there doing my own medical care. And that's the problem with this world and this country right now. Is there, if I can do that and I'm doing that, how many other people are doing that? Just self-diagnosing too much, or just deciding to jump off of a drug. Well, I jumped off a month and a half ago. You may have seen a tick in my videos. I mean, I guess it's all basically documented in my behaviors, because when I talk on these videos, you're getting me. But this week has been a tough week. And I'm really dealing with men's mental health, and it's crazy. Yeah, no, I'm not like a wackadoodle that's hanging from the ceiling who needs to be put in a padded room or something like that. I'm just a guy who could potentially be volatile, in the sense of, if somebody was being ridiculous towards me, I could probably punch him in the face. That's it. I mean, and that's terrible in the world today. I remember back in the day, you couldn't say Joe without getting smacked across the face, or do something stupid and not have to pay for it with a physical reaction. Now it's just, oh my God, that's just the most awful, horrific thing you could ever do, is smack somebody, or get smacked, or punch somebody, or kick somebody. No, they're trying to eradicate physical control, the lack of, too. But so I jump off. And then, it's been a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And I jump off. And I don't even realize that I'm going through withdrawal symptoms. And I'm battling withdrawal symptoms. And I never even thought I would have them. Because, I'm like, hey, it's just a prescribed doctor's drug. No, it's this stuff. These are just like narcotics. They're just like, being on, like, say, an illegal drug as an addict. It's the same damn thing. We've just made it acceptable. I've been a walking, talking drug addict for 10 years on Zoloft, and also Xanax, but I don't take it. I've always had it, and I can take it when I know I'm going to really have an episode, or I'm going to be upset, or I'm going into a situation where I need to be very calm. I'll take one. But I've been very responsible with those, because Xanax, you're like, oh, well, I don't want to get hooked on that. But so I decided to research after I decided to do all this, which is crazy. Come to find out, Zoloft's in top 4 anti-anxiety, antidepressant drugs that are like tough to kick, that are strong. It's a I don't even know my dosage, to be honest with you, what it was. But man, I was going through serious withdrawal symptoms over the past month. And I just kind of didn't correlate the fact that, hey, you just jumped off your meds. This is why you're having migraines. This is why you're getting anxious. This is why you're feeling whatever. This is why you're drinking more. This is, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, because you got a crutch. You don't gotta, but you do. You end up crutching, and when you're a grown adult and you can just make your own decisions and choices, you can just easily drift over to alcohol or marijuana or anything. It's so dangerous. So guys, be careful out there, because I'm doing it right now. But now I'm more cognizant. I'm more aware. Didn't tell my wife. She noticed that there were some strange things going on. Trust me, she noticed. But she didn't really, I wasn't over the top. So, because I know I'm going to be okay. I'm going to transition off, and I'm going to not need this. Because over 10 years since that episode, you mature, you do learn, you do try it. So you do need to take these chances, but you need to do it with a doctor. You need to have a doctor involved, and they need to wean you off of it, and they need to set you through the right process, or they need to tell you shouldn't do it, whatever it may be. Still listen to your heart and your head, but also listen to your doctors.